sun's out today again. And what was going on today? I guess there was a lot of, police types of news today. This one was kind of funny at first. I know in the area there's been a lot of reports of coyotes actually just attacking joggers and stuff out of nowhere. And I guess this one's kind of interesting to a twist with in terms of a coyote. This one here says from the Port Moody Police, the things our patrol officers see at 4 a.m. Cat 1, Coyote 0. So I guess you can see in the video, it seems like there was a coyote there in a parking lot or something like that, and the cat just chases it away. Kind of interesting how it takes a little tiny animal to scare that thing away, yet I guess a full-grown human is terrified of it, huh? And then this one was kind of interesting in terms of law enforcement using drones, because I'm so fascinated to see how with all this fear-mongering and stuff with a recreational drone flyer, even though someone's flying a toy, how are they going to get over, I guess, the stigma when it comes to, let's say, more commercialized or government agencies trying to use it. This one says, who's watching police drones? And here they have like a lot of examples of where the drone resulted in apprehending people. As an example, like here, it says, it's dark, the field is large, and the cotton covers up everything. And basically these suspects were hiding, and it says, until Gilbert police launched one of their drones equipped with an infrared camera. In a few seconds, police can see both suspects lying in the cotton, the only warm spots in a cold night. I remember reading examples like this. It says, in Temp, police were serving a search warrant for a drug case in one of the high-rise towers along Mill Avenue. When police knocked on the door, the drone saw someone open the balcony door and throw a bag down to the roof on an adjacent building. There was no way someone on the street would have caught that, basically implying it's very useful. Of course there was pushback, but then it's kind of interesting because even I would say many times, I don't know, if you allow someone to fly a huge helicopter over everybody else, then what's the difference if they use a drone? It's just more efficient. But it's kind of interesting reading, I guess, the other side of the coin in terms of perspective. This one says, but the prevalence of police department drones worries some privacy advocates who want more restrictions on their use. Electronic Freedom Foundation said drones are different than police helicopters because of the potential of the technology. A big fear we have is that somebody will try to fly a drone over a protest equipped with a really advanced facial recognition software. That would theoretically give police an instant list of everyone that was protesting. And if that protest happened to be about the police, Guargiglia said that list could be a problem. In thinking about that point though, isn't this not necessarily a drone thing? One should be more concerned about just software in general. Just an example, I know in China, almost virtually every camera there actually keeps track of people like that in terms of facial recognition. Like a camera in general, like a security camera, doesn't have to be a drone. So if someone commits like a crime and something like that, they could instantly kind of find out, okay, who is this? I mean, they even have things in place over there where, let's just say if someone does something such as, I don't know, jaywalking or something like that, they actually put their faces up like in a billboard to like shame them. So yeah, it's not even so much of a drone thing if that's the concern here. Wouldn't it be more about just tech in general and monitoring? So with that, I guess some people are suggesting they need more restrictions in terms of getting authorizations to use the drones. It says no warrant needed. Right now, there's no law that says police have to have a warrant to use a drone for police work. Temp Police said they do seek a warrant when they plan to fly a drone, but don't when it's an emergency situation. Every pilot does have to be licensed by the FAA, but there is no special license or requirement for law enforcement. A warrant requirement would be a big way to start, in the sense that you have to actually go to a judge and get a warrant that a drone is needed for an investigation. Again, just based on the argument here, I would say it's more about technology in general and cameras in general that would have stuff like this, in my opinion, as opposed to the drone itself. I would say there has to be the balance there in terms of equal rights, if that makes sense. Because my fear actually would be, let's just say it's a protest, like this person says here in an example. What if it's just an average individual documenting the process, and let's just flip the scenario around. Let's just say that police officer, like a really crooked one, is beating someone up or something like that. So this drone, like an average individual, could fly up, monitor the whole situation, and show the whole world, look what's happening. But now if you have like an over-the-top regulation, let's just say, oh, no one's allowed, period, like to fly this drone there. How would you ever get that, I guess, proof? Shouldn't they be allowed to do that? Or are you going to use that paranoia on them saying, oh no, this individual could be using facial recognition software and all that to keep track of people? Because my concern in this case would be more about, in the end, it'll be only police officers would be allowed to use it and no one else would. So imagine like in other parts of the world right now with different stories where there are violence, there's wars and so forth. Don't you want the regular individual to be able to document, I guess, quote, protests and stuff as well? To me, that side of the perspective and I guess debate, it seems like it's very short-sighted. You're not looking at the whole big picture. And as well, maybe your focus should be on something else. Like in this case, it would be more about facial recognition in general with any camera. Wouldn't that be more of your concern since so much more people have things like a smartphone where they could have something like that? Oh, scan, let me see who's here and who's there. Alright, see you guys later.